U.S. announces agreement with Russia and Ukraine on ceasing conflict.
Party General Secretary to Lam receives Rosen Partners CEO.
Stimulating domestic consumption to maintain growth momentum.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I am Huang Yan, and here we go, the first up of the show. U.S. President Donald Trump believes that he has reached an agreement with both Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to resolve the conflict in Ukraine.
Speaking to reporters in the Oval Office, President Trump said he believes that Russia is ready and willing to see the resolution of the conflict through to the end. And this makes it possible for the U.S. to reach an agreement with Russia. The U.S. leader also stated that the U.S. must also reach an agreement with Ukraine. However, he emphasized that things remain difficult when working with the Ukrainian leader. The U.S. leader's statement came just hours after other officials in the U.S. administration indicated that the U.S. had not yet reached an agreement and that the country might abandon peace talks if there isn't rapid progress. The White House occupant's affirmation has somewhat eased concerns about the U.S. abandoning its mediation efforts for negotiations to resolve the conflict in Ukraine.
Russia just launched a missile attack in several locations in the capital Kiev on Thursday, while Ukraine attacked a Russian UAV production plant more than 1,000 kilometers from the border.
According to the Kyiv City Military Administration, Russia launched unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, in an attack along with guided missiles and ballistic missiles at the Ukrainian capital. Air defense units protecting the capital Kyiv intercepted the Russian UAVs and missiles, causing debris to fall and ignite fires in several districts of the city, causing 9 deaths and dozen injuries. Rescue forces are still searching for victims trapped under the rubble. Moscow's attack on the capital Kyiv occurred one day after Ukraine announced that it had used UAVs to attack a Russian UAV production plant approximately 1.000 kilometers from the two countries' border. This is one of Ukraine's deepest attacks into Russian territory since February 2022.
The party General Secretary To Lam just gave a reception in Hanoi for Daniel Rosen, CEO of Rosen Partners, a privately held industry-leading investment firm in the U.S.
During the meeting, General Secretary To Lam welcomed Rosen Partners' interest in investing in Vietnam, affirming that Vietnam encourages investment in the development of culture, tourism, and people-to-people exchanges, and welcomes cooperation with other countries, including the U.S., in the field of science and technology, he said, urging the group to promote cooperation and invest in areas where the U.S. has strengths and Vietnam has needs, including high-quality agriculture and human resources development and training. Rosen reaffirmed his commitment to making efforts to implement investment projects in Vietnam, contributing to the development of Vietnam and the Vietnam-U.S. relationship.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Global online travel service platform Trip.com officially announced the 2025 Trip Best Global Rankings, honoring the most beloved accommodations, restaurants, and attractions worldwide. Notably, Vietnam made a strong impression with 38 representatives from 11 provinces and cities spanning all 3 regions, featured across all 3 main categories. Trip Best 2025 is a global ranking developed based on artificial intelligence, AI, data analysis, combined with authentic reviews from the user community. The impressive presence in Trip Best 2025 demonstrates that Vietnam's tourism industry is entering a breakthrough development phase, both improving service quality and preserving its unique identity.
On the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification Day, Nagui and Provincial Veterans Association met with representatives of heroic Vietnamese mothers, severely wounded veterans and outstanding veterans and former youth volunteers who participated in the resistance war against the U.S. for national salvation in the province. This is an opportunity for the heroic Vietnamese mothers and veterans to review together the heroic history of the nation. Remembering the great contributions of many generations of our ancestors who sacrificed for the independence and freedom of the fatherland, and it is a moment to strongly arouse the spirit of patriotism. The will to be self-reliant, and determined to rise up to build a strong and prosperous Vietnam. At the meeting, Provincial Party Secretary Nguyen Duc Trung expressed deep gratitude and highly appreciated the self-reliance, self-strengthening will, and great contributions of veterans, outstanding former youth volunteers, and families with meritorious services to the revolution for the cause of building, defending, and developing the country.
Nguyen Provincial People's Committee has just requested localities to speed up site clearance for the Ghi Sun, Kua Lo Coastal Road project, striving to complete it before April 30th this year. The project, with a total investment of 4,651 billion Vietnamese dongs, when completed, will play an important role in promoting economic growth and social security in Nguyen and neighboring provinces. Currently, there are still some problems with the site. So through inspection, the Provincial People's Committee requested localities such as Ho Ang Mai, Queen Lu, Dien Chau and Ghi Loc to focus on completing the site handover before April 30th, 2025.
In the context of the global economy still having many fluctuations, exports are facing with difficulties due to many changes in tariff policies. The exploitation of the domestic market is being actively implemented by enterprises. In particular, the VAT reduction policy continues to be applied, which is really a big push to help stimulate consumption and solve the market difficulties.
After the VAT exemption policy was implemented, the prices of motorbikes in this system were adjusted down. The market was saturated and faced fierce competition, causing consumption to decrease compared to before. Therefore, flexible selling prices and customer appreciation programs were continuously implemented by the unit to maintain double-digit growth.
We have to stimulate demand to attract customers. The government's policy of reducing VAT is a factor that promotes the consumption of goods.
To increase purchasing power, many production and business units, supermarket systems, and commercial businesses have implemented many solutions to stimulate consumer demand and innovate business models to meet market trends. Shopping festivals, discount programs of 10%, 30%, 50%, create excitement and stimulate consumer spending. There are many discount programs, so I take advantage of it to buy a lot of items.
The amount of purchases that increase during the stimulus period will grow from 20 to 30% compared to normal days. Especially during holidays, it can be up to 50%.
Expanding the market, having many strategies on consumer markets. Competitive prices supporting purchasing power contributing to production recovery are being persistently implemented by enterprises. In the context of people tightening spending, this enterprise is forced to diversify product types according to demand segments. Along with competitive prices and support policies for distributors and dealer systems.
We have taken measures to reduce costs to stimulate consumption. Researching and launching products with various designs to increase consumption and support beer sales points in Vinh City as well as neighboring districts.
According to statistics, total social consumption, including most of the spending of individuals and households and a smaller proportion from the government, accounts for over 60% of GDP. Therefore, the domestic market will be a solid driving force for growth. In Nguyen, in the first quarter of this year, the total retail sales of goods and consumer service revenue is estimated at 46,200 billion Vietnamese dongs, up 27% over the same period. Businesses expressed their desire for the proposal to reduce VAT by 2% until the end of 2026 to be approved, helping businesses lower product prices, and consumers will be more willing to spend and shop.
the last story to send it our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.